This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
We're following breaking news as we go on the air at noon. Massive flooding in southeast Missouri. This is the scene in Glen Allen today. It's about 30 miles west of Cape Girardeau. According to the National Weather Service, up to 6 feet of water is flowing in some areas. Highway 34 shut down because a nearby creek is overflowing its banks. Right now, crews are working to get residents impacted by flooding to higher ground. No injuries have been reported. Heavy rain has come and gone in the metro. Let's take a live look outside. The sun trying to break through there in Florissant looks beautiful. Streets are dry. That's the good news too. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn. Dry weather has returned and temperatures will be comfortable today. Meteorologist Gary Frank here in the Weather Center with the Weather First forecast. And you're saying it's going to be like a perfect unsummer-like
August week? Pretty nice. We get a nice little mix of those early morning cool downs where we might even be able to open the windows in some cases. That's how cool it is. Now it'll warm up nice in the afternoon where you could still think about going to the pool, but some of those outdoor activities that we so much enjoy are going to be a lot easier to take before it gets hot again. We know it will. Clouds you can see that are moving in Florissant. There's a lot of blue sky. There's a lot of thick cloud cover. We're still seeing the back edge of that move, but you'll notice where that train of rain right along that front last night from Springfield all the way in southern Missouri. And a lot of that impacted our areas as well, as we saw some flash flood warnings to the south. But right now, the back edge of that cloud cover into West County, now almost fully crossing the Missouri River on both sides here. And we'll get there. As we look off to the east, it's a little bit more cloudy, as you would expect, as temperatures are much cooler. We're in the 70s. It's 78 right now, and we're still going to reach 80 degrees, but it's just going to be on the cooler side here for the next 12 hours, a sprinkle or two. But I think the afternoon and evening, we're really going to see things nice. Low 80s, that's 5 degrees below average, and we're going even further. We're also talking about significantly cool mornings, things that you would not expect for August, and then we'll also discuss when we return to the mid-90s.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Gary. New at noon, Missouri Governor Mike Parson is in the metro today celebrating the expansion of Interstate 70. He signed House Bill 4 in Forestell about 3 hours ago. The measure will add a third lane to I-70 stretching from Wentzville to Blue Springs. That's just east of Kansas City. State officials hope it eases congestion on the busy interstate. Nearly $3 billion has been set aside for the project.
I don't know how many of us have talked about I-70 for years and years, me especially in the legislative branch and before. We got to do something, we got to do something. I'm telling you today, we've done something. And it's going to be one of the biggest things that's going to happen in this administration where we're able to do that.
Construction is expected to begin next summer. It'll take about 6 to 7 years to complete. Today, police expected to release the name of the person killed in a plane crash in rural Illinois. It happened Saturday, just outside the Verdon city limits. The Macoupin County Sheriff's Office says the pilot was the only person on board the aircraft. Federal investigators on scene right now. They are looking for the cause of the crash. Another investigation underway in Jefferson County, where a man drowned over the weekend. Rescue crews responded to Rockford Beach after a man went under in the Big River Saturday afternoon. They found the man's body after an hour-long search. His identity has not been released. This is the second drowning at the popular beach this summer. Authorities say the strong currents in the area and recent rains are making the river even more dangerous.
So, a lot of people, they get out there and they swim. They don't have life jackets. They don't have a buddy that's swimming with them to kind of help them to navigate the waters, or they just underestimate their swimming ability. They've been out there swimming for a while and doing just fine, and then they start getting fatigued as they're going across the river, and then they start having issues swimming, and that's when they'll go under.
The Sheriff's Department forced Rockford Beach to close for several weeks this summer, all due to safety concerns from overcrowding. The department started keeping a deputy there during peak hours when the beach reopened just 3 weeks ago. We have an update to a story we've been following all morning long. Police investigating a double homicide in North St. Louis County. Officers responded to the scene on Old Hanley Road overnight. They found 2 people had been shot inside an apartment. They say it appears a man shot the victim. A third person then shot the shooter. Both died at the scene. No arrests have been made. In Maui today, teams say they've managed to contain what's now described as the deadliest U.S. wildfire in modern history. 96 people have died, and the governor is warning those numbers are expected to grow. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest.
the images don't begin to show the extent of what's been lost here.
Our cars are burned up, their friends are dead, the dogs and animals are dead, everybody's dead. There's dead people in the water.
For those that call this island home, the horror is overwhelming. Areas including historic Lahaina ravaged by the fire, more than 2,000 structures, homes and businesses, now rubble and ash. Tourists in this vacation paradise replaced by first responders, recovery teams, and cadaver dogs. Their grisly task made even more difficult by the intensity of the flames.
The remains we're finding is through a fire that melted metal. We have to do rapid DNA to identify them. So just understand what this thing is, because none of us really know the size of it yet.
Less than 10% of the burned out communities have been searched, and already more than 90 victims identified. Hawaii's governor worried about what the growing effort could ultimately reveal.
As a physician, it is a harrowing sight in Maui. When those police and this division do come across scenes in houses or businesses, is very difficult.
Survivors.
We need medicine. We need pillows, blankets, food.
Struggling through at times unbearable pain.
I haven't gotten a break and I've just been like, I have to help. Like, I have no other option.
Aching as they try to figure out what's left and what comes next. Jay Gray, NBC News, Maui.
Communities are still in desperate need of clothing, food, and water. There's a lot of concern about long-term housing because so many families have been displaced. St. Louis Mayor Tashora Jones continuing her effort to keep kids safe in the city by keeping them busy with youth activities. The mayor posted these photos online from over the weekend showing people gathered at the Marquette Rec Center. They're making s'mores and playing basketball. It's been nearly 2 months since the mayor extended the center's hours in order to create alternatives for kids caught up in crime. The mayor's office has been urging skeptics to give it time. Still ahead, chaos at the mall. See the shocking video of a coordinated effort to steal thousands of dollars worth of clothing and jewelry. And why now is the best time to think about booking that future flight.